I didn't keep it on in the period 1890s, but I want to give a general introduction what it is. So it's hourglass figure, slender waist, puff sleeves, bell-shaped, demure, elegant. The whole Gibson girl image showed up, and then for guys, it's like slim, slender, long, lean, none of that cartoon stuff. Like but yeah, I used some of those influences, and I took it to the Italian mafia in the 1960s.
Ooh. Yeah, girl.
Specifically spring 1964, because this is when the U.S. government started pursuing them even in a larger scale. And especially since there was a convicted mobster named Joseph Malachi who revealed like the whole structure of the mafia system and everything. And for the 5 families, I focused specifically on Genovese. It's like the biggest, like the Rolls Royce of mafia power. And I formed this sort of a background behind this. It's half fictional. It's basically he was sent to prison by the heads of the families who like conspired against him and like lured him into.
Wait, what?
It's only a minute.
She just started.
Literally.
Well, okay, skip that. Okay, well, this is one of it. Well, are we going or?
That wasn't 3 minutes.
That was not 3 minutes.
Keep going.
Keep time by talking.
1964, the fashion was like micro mini shirts, shift dresses. There were longer jackets, shorter coats, more of a natural silhouette. It was after the Mad Men, like Marilyn Monroe figure thing. And Hedda Gabler, I pictured her, and she played the role of like the power-hungry wife who like the Italian wife who lives vicariously through her like husband because it's really good. Crap. And she's like frustrated by his inability to be like as street smart as he should be. And so this is my sketch, and I colored it, but I actually liked the black and white, so I cheated a little and I just converted it. And then it's basically the long flowy like pajama like morning gown. It's sort of like the 1890s influence from the left, but it is the 1960s, and there's like the print, the circular like psychedelic kind of print, and then it has like a long train in the back, so it isn't as functional as a pajama fit because I wanted her to have like a big presence on stage. And this is her last sketch. It's the funeral dress that she wears, but I mixed in black and navy together because the navy was a really popular color back then, and I didn't want this just to be like for the sake of a funeral, but it's like her own scene as well. So I had like some details in the back because I wanted to like emphasize how people only get like the back of her. She's so unpredictable; they can't really know what she's all about, really. And Mrs. Elstead, I sort of had like the E.G. Sedgwick, like the Tweety kind of vibe on her. Like she's more youthful. She's like the small town girl. She's like the one who's always like, oh, he must love me, but he's only using her for like cocaine sex and stuff. And I wanted to emphasize the difference between her and Hedda's age gap, and I put her like more accessories to emphasize like she has a really small figure, but she's trying to she's trying to try more to fit in with the scene. So I have her in like a more softer fabric, and it's like colors. I used the color sheet from Rich Rose, like the viridian blue of youth and beauty and whatever. And she has like a scarf going on and big earrings. Next. Okay, so for men in the Italian mafia, they didn't really wear like the bell bottoms and psychedelic prints and like the colors of what like the younger generation wear. They were more they were slick. They were kind of like this guy right here, Marcello Mastroianni. He was in La Dolce Vita, and so they're not like this. George Tessman, I saw him as physically appearing kind of like Clemenza and Godfather, but Clemenza is definitely better at what he does. He's more in love with Hedda than he should be. He kind of relies on her. He's too happy-go-lucky. He's like the button man who kills everyone, but he can't do anything by himself. So I put him in sort of like this smoking jacket of the 1890s, but contrary to what it used to stand for, it was like the gentleman, the club reading newspapers. People sort of see it as like a fit, like Steve Hefner right there. And so I put him in more feminine colors to emphasize that he's more like passive and stuff like that. And he has like a more casual thing going on instead of like the gray or the black suit that the Italian mafia men did wear. And so Lumberg,
who really are going to have to, can you just show us the rest of your slides? Thank you.
Sorry.